Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 66 of the Weekly Replays with me, Hijak, and today I'm going to give you a double header replay of me playing the Bourrasque. Now the Bourrasque was originally issued into the game during a mission marathon, I believe, back in the beginning of is it 2020 or 2019? I don't really remember. But anyways, it's a two-shot French, it's got a two-shot autoloader in the French style, and it is a tier 8 French medium tank, but it's built on it's got the turret of the EBR, and it's fairly speedy, as you can see. That I'm driving pretty quick here. It doesn't turn the greatest, but you can usually fix that now that Equipment 2.0 is out there with the improved rotation mechanism. That's pretty much how I run mine. So I'm on Mannerheim line here, and you can see that I went north and just camping that little bush by that center rock there, and that's, I find for me, a fairly good spot to get some early damage off on some of these guys that like to push the middle. As you can see there, we took out that Type 60, I helped take out that Type 62, and I got some spotting damage on that P-44 Pantera, and I've also spotted a few other vehicles as they YOLO up the center there. It works out well. I wasn't able to get a shot on that Pantera though, due to the fact that there's a 20-second reload on the clip with this two-shot gun in the Bourrasque. Now, the accuracy on the Bourrasque isn't great. It's got a fairly big dispersion value, which means you're going to miss a fair chunk of shots unless you fully aim in. And sometimes I found that, I don't know if it's just a quirk with the game, but you fully aim your first shot, and then you take your second shot right away, no matter if you aim or not. And generally you tend to hit the second shot, which is weird. So we're going to put two down range. You see I missed that shot. Like, it just went to the full side of the circle, even though I was fully aimed on that Bourrasque. And there's the EBR zipping around, and I'm still on a reload, so yeah. So if you're not familiar with the autoloaders on the French line, clip management is important. Usually they have 3 to 4 shells. This one has 2, so clip management's a little bit more forgiving because you can choose. You only have 2 shells to go in, but the reload is 20 seconds, so you're stuck reloading whether it's one clip, 1 shell, 2 shells, or whatever. You're stuck reloading for the full time. You can see the enemy teams pushed up quite aggressively here on the B line into B3, and I'm now outnumbered 3 to 1, so it's time to fall back, which is definitely the smart play when you're outnumbered like that. That T-43, he kind of left himself screwed, and he's gonna die, and there isn't a single thing I can do about it, because it's either he dies and I help him and I die as well, or I fall back to a new defensive line. He'll die anyways, and then I can help this Scorpion G camp this corner as they push into the base there. So you can see on the map our south push is doing quite well, but they're now entering the danger zone, because coming up this ramp here into this area is definitely going to be tricky and usually not recommended, but we'll see how things go. So I've fallen back to this position on the Scorpion G right here, calling for help because it's just us two. Oh, there we go. We can see the tree got fallen down there, so we're marking the positions on the map because there's 3 tanks that are going to be pushing in. I'm kind of wondering where that EBR is at this point because I don't know. And then there's the CS-44, who I shoot once and the Scorpion G takes out. We weren't spotted. Well, I wasn't anyways. Still have 1 shell in the clip. Could have gone for the reload, but I'm thinking that the WZ-111 or... Yeah, there we go. I went for the reload that time. So I waited. I was thinking that he was going to be pushing in with the CS-44, but nope, he didn't come. So I'm going to move myself into a better bush position spot. But then the EBR comes down around behind us and kills my Scorpion G, who's helping cover this area, so I gotta chase him down. The WZ then pops up behind me and puts a shot, damaging my engine. So now I am in trouble It's me and the Artie covering the north. And, well, we've got at least 2 enemies, and one of them is an EBR pushing into the north there. I thought about chasing the EBR, but decided to change back and go cover that WZ because he's going to be pushing in, and Artie is always the tasty target in this position. So, and as you can see, that we got 1 SPG moving, the M12, and then there's the EBR back again. He's a one-shot. I shot him and missed. Still have 1 shell left in the clip, and he's going to keep coming back and pestering us. But I was confused by the fact that the WZ111 didn't actually poke on that corner yet. Normally, if I was playing that position, I would have definitely have poked at that point and taken out the RD. I got a weird shot from on the EBR there, and luckily I was able to kill him. But that was just, I didn't expect that to go in. It was just a random click at him and go. So anyways, we'll move on. The WZ has not pushed in at all, and I think I know why, is he was at no health. Well, he's at no health now. So we're going to aim in. And I'm going to put 2 blind shots down range into him and miss both. The TS5 kills the enemy's Bourrasque. Now we're sitting at 11-10, so it's still anybody's game. I'm down to a 1 shot. The TS5's a 1 shot. And our VK 100 should be fairly good. So there's the WZ111. I managed to take him out with a nice frontal shot there. Luckily I was able to pen and go for the reload, because if all the enemy tanks are where they were last spotted, which means the 2 already down on the K corner and then the SU-122 down on the J line there, I've got time to push forward and reload. So I've switched over to the premium rounds, which are also APCR, due to the fact that for me, I switch to premium rounds when it's a close match and I want to help clinch the win. I don't want to risk RNG denying my team the win or me the win. So I've switched to premium rounds. I've got 9 shells remaining in that clip, so it's an odd number, but you know, it is what it is. I'll have to make sure I just don't fire 8 shells and then go for the reload on that clip. The VK100 has been killed by the M12 and probably a couple other shots from the SU-122, so now we're just able to push in. Me and the TS5 plus our Artie, we just have to spot guys and take them out. So I'm using the rock cover and the bush cover here to help conceal my approach. The SU-122 gets spotted, and I'm still using the rocks, being cautious not to get spotted, because if Artie spots me, I'm done. Managed to spot the GW Panther and the M12. So I'm just going to peek out using the bush for cover. 1 shot there, fully aim. I don't know how that missed, but I'm done. And now I'm reloading. It's just 13-11 now. We've pretty much got this one in the bag, provided that nobody does anything. And there we go. There's the 122 remaining. And I'm just waiting for my reload. And we take him out. And that is the match. So we got Master Badge, 2nd class, and 12,000 combat experience and 92,000 credits. We were 2nd for damage and 2nd for XP, with a total of 2,726 points of damage. 5 kills. Overall, that was an amazing match. Let's go take a look at the second one. Alrighty, second match here in the Bourrasque, and we're on Mines, not my most favorite map in the world. And it's an all tier 8 matchup, so we're in pretty good matchmakings. Now, normally everybody on Mines covers the hill, blah blah blah, you know, it's just basic. You win the center, you win the game, blah blah blah. I don't like going to the center though, because I find that it's a death trap for me, particularly. I die when I go there. Not saying I can't cover the center, I just don't push the center. So here we go. I'm down in the K2 square. And you can see I got a nice side shot into that Lorraine 40T who was pushing the hill, along with the enemy LT 432, and they are, well, the Lorraine is in poor health position now. Even though he won the center, he doesn't have a whole lot of hit points left, and that is the risk that is to be taken when you push that center from the north and the south. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to push up to this rock here. We can see that there's an ELC even 90 who spotted me, and I'm reloading my clip. Now that I'm done, I'm just hoping that he pushes out and I can get a nice shot into him. Joining me over here, we've got an even 90 as well as an C52 LIS, the new premium Polish tank that was on the last mission marathon. The even 90's fallen back. I fired one shot. I did hit him for 438 damage. So he made the right play about pushing back, since that CS52 is being super aggressive. And now the even 90 and myself, we're also pushing up because I can see that he's been really aggressive here at E1, and he's pushed back. Even 90, he killed the RD. Now it's just time to get into a position to shoot either the TD ledge where the TS5 is, or across to the center, maybe that Progetto or the even 90 or whoever. So we can see we've got a Scorpion G that was spotted there, and there's the derpiness of the gun. So I'm going to fully aim this one and put a nice shot into the side of that Scorpion G, who's now down to a one shot, and well, he goes dark, and I'm on a reload. If only that first shot hadn't been derped into the rock there. But that's the price you pay for this tank. Its gun, it can let you down at some points, but it also is really good. So there's the take out that Scorpion G. I get spotted. I'm not sure by who, probably that even 90 as he was poking around the corner, but we'll see what we can do. You can see that the majority of the enemy team is fighting around the center. They've got two guys on the hill and a couple of guys pushing on to the ramp to the hill. But right now, we're not in too bad of a shape. Now, our CS52 Liz was just killed by a charioteer, which means to me there is another TD on this back ledge other than the TS5. And now with the Liz dead, I'm feeling that it is time to fall back and get a different angle on the whole fight, because that kind of felt a little outnumbered. And you can see the Progetto now is pushing in across to the 1-2 line. But we do have a T-44 that has joined in the fight there. So I'm going to move over to this position, giving me a different angle. And perhaps I can get some side shots on that Progetto 46. Oh, and then there's a CS53 poking the corner there as well. So we've got three guys now that perhaps I can get some nice angles on if they decide to go a little bit too aggressive. So I'm going to keep my eye on those. So there's the Progetto. He's moved up to the ramp. Somehow he wasn't spotted, so our even 90 wasn't obviously doing a very good job there as that Progetto snuck around. He's probably too far back, not allowing him to see that little bit of land there. So I'm going to sit here. A little bit of a slow start for me. Only 1100 damage and 1 kill, which isn't bad. I don't play the Bourrasque as good as some of the really good players, obviously, but I try. Our even 90 got spotted, and then he got dead, and for some reason I'm still pushing in. So there's the charioteer. I put one shot into him and missed completely because of RNG. And then the TS5 decides to push in, and I'm like, I'm out of here. Can I get away? I can. We are still winning though, 6-7-5, sorry. But at this point in the match, even watching it, when I was playing it, I did not feel like we were winning at all. But we are. So we'll take that as a good thing, I guess. Keeps us on our toes and we don't get too cocky. Now, the Progetto 46 is who I want to get. And then there's the TS5. And I got 2 side shots because he was shooting the middle. So 2 into him. One was a tracking shot or a critical hit for no damage, which is fine. And then he got taken out by our TS5, which is great because I got some extra assistance damage there. T-44 is rocking back and forth, calling for help. I still haven't taken any damage yet, which is good. So you can see that Progetto is pushing that wreck, and I put one shot and missed, and did take the second shot and get the kill on that guy. 1,800 damage, 2,000 assistance so far at this point in the match. 11-6, now it feels like a little bit more of a win. It's strange how it can turn from, even though you're winning, it doesn't feel like a win, to, yes, now we're winning. Still have to deal with the Charioteer, the CS-53, the Bourrasque, and the even 90. But we will make things work for me. I'm worried about the Charioteer, though. That is my main concern. The Bourrasque, I'm not really worried about. CS-53, I'm not really worried about. He's over there. Even 90, he's not really in a position. But this wreck of this TS5 has really put a damper on my ability to shoot the TD ledge and get the Charioteer. So I've made a smart position play to run across. I didn't get spotted. And now it's just a point of moving in and using as much hard cover as I can. We see the Charioteer, and I put one derp shot in and miss. Second shot misses. I get spotted. Nowhere to go but forward, since that's where the cover is and the tank moves fast. So let's go get that even 90, who's most likely down in C1 there, around the corner. Nope, he's not there. So he's got to be back at A1. There he is there. Reloading, auto lock, and take him out for the kill. That's 3 kills. And that was a Master Badge second class with Spotter for the over 1,000 points of damage. And I got my first mark of excellence on the Bourrasque. 2,135 damage with 3,078 assistance damage. Man, that was a good one, for a total of 5,000 combined. Oh yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. Don't forget, I do these each and every Sunday, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell icon so you get notified of when each and every video goes live. And I stream on Twitch Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Link for my Twitch channel will be in the video description, and I will hope to see you guys again next week. Take care.